Today I'm going to share with you the story of my first time ever spent shadowing a nurse in a hospital setting. Now, I've never been to a hospital before, so I didn't know what to expect the entire time. But as I made my way out to Ann Arbor on a cold Sunday morning, I was not prepared for what I was about to endure. I made my way to the PICU after asking for directions about 3 different times. In the PICU, also known as the Pediatric Intensive Care Unit, I met up with the mother of one of my friends who was a nurse there. She had been assigned administrative work all day, which meant that I could not shadow her, so she passed me on to another nurse who was doing rounds around the hospital, meeting up with different children. The people who we specifically went to go see were the children who had been in the PICU in the last 48 hours. We checked with them to see if their condition had improved or if it had worsened, meaning that they had to be readmitted. After doing this for about 3-4 hours, we made our way upstairs to find that a child needed to go into surgery. This child is hooked up to life support machines, and it was an incredible opportunity for me to actually watch the surgery. And in my excitement, I decided not to eat my lunch and just head straight into the surgery, which, in hindsight, was a very bad choice. We made our way in a slow crawl fashion to the elevators in the ICU down to the operating room. Before going into the operating room, we all had to put on what were known as bunny suits, which were white cotton suits that trapped heat very efficiently, but also kept the spread of bacteria and viruses from the body to the patient. While in the operating room, I had been watching the surgery for about 20-30 minutes until I realized how hot it was. And I wasn't expecting that at all. But wearing the cotton suit and the 2 shirts that I had on, the temperature was getting increasingly worse for me. I asked the nurse about it, and she said that it was to keep the patient warm while on the operating table. And then, after about another 20 minutes of enduring this unbearable heat, I was breathing heavy and sweat had broken out on my forehead. I asked the nurse if I could go and get a glass of water, and she went to go and check if it was okay. By the time that she had come back, because I had not ate lunch, my sugar had dropped and I had passed out in the chair that I was sitting in. They tried waking me up, and I was out for about 2-3 minutes before they were able to actually get a response out of me. They wheeled me into the hallway, giving me juice and crackers to help replenish my blood sugar levels. Now, this was incredibly embarrassing for me, this entire experience, because I planned on working in an operating room for the rest of my life, and I didn't think that this would happen. But that day, I learned that even if things went horribly wrong with me, they saved that kid's life, and it made me realize that this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. It was an incredibly eye-opening experience, and from what I learned is to always stay hydrated and eat lots of food before you go into the operating room, because you don't know the circumstances and you don't know what it's going to be like once you get in there and if you're going to be able to leave.